1 year ago, the city of Broken Arrow sent over a guy for an interview named Lance Arnold. He just moved here from Texas. Tonight on In Depth, joining us on the program tonight to speak about completing his first year as Broken Arrow's chief of police is Lance Arnold, to talk about how things are going and how the city's upcoming bond vote will help first responders. It's unedited. Back on the program to speak unedited is Broken Arrow Police Chief Lance Arnold. Chief, it was about a year ago we were introducing you to the folks. Yes. Wondering, what are your thoughts a year into the job?
That's been everything I'd hoped for and more. You know, I said then, and I'll repeat, that just the talent, the level of professionalism, the commitment to our community that our members, both sworn and professional staff, have made this a fantastic year. You know, our community is so supportive of what we do. Our relationship with our city administration and elected officials is top notch, and so it's been a blessing and something I look forward to, you know, going through the next year for.
Got to ask, any surprises? Anything standing out?
No, there really wasn't. You know, if you'll remember, I kind of walked into a little bit of a storm, and then certainly I remember when I did the swearing in, you know, some of those immediate questions about some of the personnel issues we had in the past or anything like that. You know, this wasn't a surprise, but I can tell you this again. I'll reiterate, just the level of commitment and professionalism that we have in our department was a pleasant surprise, especially based on those initial questions when I came to the job. But you know, it's been a blessing just to be able to walk alongside the men and women that serve that community, and I couldn't be happier with each one of them.
I had City Manager Michael Spurgeon on. We were talking about the bond, and there is a public safety element package in that. I was wondering, could you tell us a little more about the public safety aspect and what those needs are?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Proposition 2 is public safety, and you know, all the propositions kind of call out what they are. Proposition 1, quality of life, or city facilities, you know, streets, or Proposition 1 is actually streets, but they call out what they are. Proposition 2 is public safety. It includes things like the expansion and renovation of our animal shelter, the expansion of our outdoor warning system, fire apparatus, a new fire station, and improvements and expansion to our police and fire training center. Those are all things that we're looking at. These are long-term capital issues, things that, you know, I'm sure as Mr. Spurgeon said, that our normal capital improvement projects don't cover these long-term projects that can, you know, escalate into several $1 million when you start adding them up. And so those are all things that will ensure that we continue to be a professional, prepared public safety departments in the city of Broken Arrow.
Is there a difference between your headquarters building and the training site, or does that all happen at the same time?
No, they're definitely in two different sites.
Okay.
We actually operate, from the police department perspective, several sites. So we have our jail and our Justice Center, which is also our municipal courts, and that's the original location of our police department. We have our public safety complex now, which is over on North 6th Street. And then our training center, Police and Fire Training Center, is out on Omaha or 51st, kind of east of town. And then that's also where our animal shelter is as well.
And I asked the city manager this as well, but do you need things because they're aging, or do you need more things because your city's growing, or do you see a mix of both, really?
Yeah, it's a mix of both. Our original training center started in 2000, 2001, so certainly there's an age aspect of that. And then you know, we conduct our full police academy, 27-week police academy, and the fire academy, both there, as well as all of our in-service training, all of our ongoing. We are a site for outside agencies to use, like the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, and local agencies that may need to use our firearms range, our defensive tactics facility, and so there's a lot of use too that goes along with that. So 25 years worth, but some of it is the expansion piece of that as well, because we are expanding, we are hosting more regional classes, we are putting more emphasis on education and training, and so those are things that would naturally flow with that.
Does it have a morale element to it, like my citizens support me, they are investing in me? If I vote no, it looks like I don't support
Right.
the cops in a way.
No, you know, we understand that certainly it comes to dollars and cents, and we understand people's concerns. You know, we point to all the education that they can get either from the public forums that we're going to have or on our city website. But I will tell you, we feel supported by our citizens one way or the other. But we do know and want the citizens to understand that this does speak directly into just, you know, how much better we can be through that education training component, the preparedness component, and the way that we do public safety in Broken Arrow, which is really a strong mix of both police and fire and emergency management.
I did notice on Join BAPD's Facebook page, you have testing coming up in April, but I imagine Could I still apply now, and how many recruits are you looking for?
Absolutely. We're always looking for around that 10 number is the number that we like for our academy. I'm happy to report too that we're fully staffed, but we are preparing for retirements, and that's something that we have an ongoing recruitment process for, and then schedule an academy once a year. But we are absolutely accepting applications. Join BAPD website that you mentioned, joinbapd.com, is the perfect place to get all the answers. And then if you need more, then you can contact our recruiter, and her information is on the website as well.
What takes place between now and that April deadline? Is that just a time for me to consider and apply, or do I need to, let's say I'm interested, do I need to go to the gym? Is this like the military?
You can definitely, that's definitely the application period is open now, but certainly start preparing for the physical assessment, the written assessment that will occur during that testing time. You can do ride-outs with our police officers to determine, one, is this the right profession for you, and two, are we the right organization for you? And that's one of the best ways to be able to do that.
Chief, you've got Special Olympics things going on, and I was just wondering, we've seen a lot of departments highlight. What is it about this relationship with Special Olympics?
Well, you know, in Broken Arrow, we have over 100 athletes that compete in the summer games in Stillwater every year. It's just a long-term commitment that all Oklahoma law enforcement agencies, police departments, sheriff's offices have been a part of for so long. The Law Enforcement Torch Run is the single largest grassroots effort for Special Olympics across the country. It's just a cause that's been near and dear to our hearts. You know, our officers get to go to the summer games and help with our athletes. But yeah, we have the polar plunges coming up all over the metro area: Bartlesville, Jinx, Claremore, Tulsa, Broken Arrow. You know, you can go to the Special Olympics Oklahoma website and see the nearest polar plunge. And if you're willing and able, then you can certainly sign up for that. And if you just want to contribute to teams that are already in it, you can do that as well.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Chief. I'm out of time today.
All right.
Thank you so much.